Hello and welcome to PopScrap.com. Today is April 21st, 2019. Happy Easter to all. We're just going to run a quick little video here showing you speed of transaction. And so it's very important. I know there's many variables when you're bringing vehicles or peddlers into your yard, but this program was designed. This is the Weighpay mobile application. And so we would go to supplier and we would say, let's see if this supplier's been here before. And we could identify the supplier first. And so there's different variables. Some yards start with the product and then add the supplier. Some start with the supplier and add the product. But we're just going to select this one. I'm going to override that little weight and I'm going to put on 80,000 and I'm going to skip that one. So at this point we could park this ticket. We could print a weight ticket and we could start another one. So when you have a yard that just has one weigh bridge and you know that this operator is going to drop its appliance shredder scrap and come right back to you, you just simply hit new. This parks the ticket and starts another ticket so that I can begin to bring on another one. So let's go ahead and grab a different supplier name, and let's say that this one is Meeks Recycling or Right Way Scrap. Let's just throw that one on there. And then so now we have this one on here, and let's say that it's number one bundles. And we'll do an override. We'll put a weight on there just to mock it. You'll notice it automatically takes a picture. Now I have the opportunity to scroll back to my other ticket should that truck return, and then should I need to get that weight again, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more weight on there. But at this point, if this truck was done, I could say, okay, let's print a weight ticket and save. It then takes me back to my empty ticket screen, in which case I could still go back to the Right Way Scrap one and finish that one, or go back and start my new one. And so you can have unlimited tickets in your yard. You can see all the trucks that are in your yard instantly by simply scrolling down, and you can see that these are all the vehicles that are in your yard currently. And we are recording the gross time that that was taken, the gross weight was taken. We're recording the time that the tare weight was taken, so we can track in-yard times, but we can go back to that transaction. So speed of transaction literally should be within seconds in order for you to print a weight ticket, and then they could then go to the cashier. Somebody could later review that ticket and put it to accounts payable once the material's been reviewed. And so again, if I needed to go to iron and steel and I need to go to foundry steel, and I'm going to override the weight on foundry steel and just put in a random weight here, and then I'm going to override this. And then I want to put in an adjustment. So let's just assume at this point that for some reason it's been inspected already, and we know that there's let's just say there's a 600-pound adjustment that needs to be made. I can use a pre-sent note, and that way I don't even have to type. So I just deducted 600 pounds instantly on the fly, and I simply can print, park, or finish this ticket and or come back to it. And if I needed to, some of our yards will just keep it real simple, and they'll just put in a description of the vehicle, and they're going to maybe gather the hauler or the supplier information at a later time. And so if I just park this one and save it, I can always come back to it. We can look over here and you'll see that I have a red truck in my thing, and there's my red truck, and I can go back to that red truck. We also have a further enhancement for those yards that want to use photo enabled. I can go to truck scale tickets, and then each photo would be of a vehicle coming and going out of your yard. So you could see that vehicle coming in, you could see the plate number, and you could have a visual cue. So this would be your active ticket screen if you wanted a image-based active ticket screen. So that's just kind of how fast and simple. Again, we can park this by starting a new one, and then we can always rotate back to that one or any other tickets that are in our active database and ready to be finished and or sent on to accounting. So that is the mobile application. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Let's take a look in our Weighpay Pro, or our Windows application. Okay, we're now in our Weighpay Pro. This is our Windows installer or client app. So you can use this on Windows machines or tablets, what have you. And so we can go look at our active ticket screen to see who's in our yard. And you can see that we have, these are the ones that are in our yard right now, and we can return to any one of these tickets to complete them. But let's just go ahead and jump into a active ticket. So I'm on a ticket screen. We can tell the system to just automatically recreate a new ticket every time we hit the save button. Thereby, we're really always prepared. So in this scenario, let's go ahead and just put a supplier on here. so we can identify this ticket. I'm going to hit the search button to see if this supplier has been here before. We can cover in other videos whether that supplier, building new supplier in our system. But for now, this is our supplier, and let's just assume that the supplier came through with #1 bundles, and let's edit that. Let's just put 80,000 again, and then this supplier is going to be, we're just going to park this, and we're actually going to be able to create a brand new ticket. So right now this went into our yard. Now if we were again a single yard, had a single weighbridge, if we had 2 weighbridges, we would want to save and print the weight ticket, and that would be very important so that another workstation could pick this ticket up and continue to build it or work on it. If we knew that it was just going to come back to this one workstation, we could just simply hit plus. We could identify the new supplier by name, by plate, all kinds of search variables there, filters for you to be able to search through. But let's go ahead and just add this one to the ticket, and now we have this one, and you can see here how we can have multiple active tickets that are local to this device. And so if I go back to here, and let's just throw on, let's go back here to new steel, busheling #1. We can just accept the weight, skip that weight, go here. And again, the ability for us to look at our other local tickets is to be able to go back and say, okay, so there's another local ticket, there's another local ticket. And so this way you have the ability to see all of your local tickets on your screen of who's there for you. And so that's the only one that we were on here. If I go back to my home screen, I can look at all active tickets, both buy tickets, sell tickets, regrade tickets, a whole bunch of different ticket types. We have cash drawers, reports, building finished goods. So all of that is in the system. So keep in mind that Weighpay offers 3 different client apps. We have a web app, an Android app, and a Windows app. And the Android app is here. And so you're able to use Android phones, Android tablets. This is our recommended solution for most. Some people who have or like their Windows PCs can utilize a Windows application. And again, we have a lot of diversity when it comes to how we connect to ATMs, cameras, credit cards, fingerprints, and all of the different devices. And of course, I think we have nearly 1,000 different settings to go through to personalize this for each workstation. So keep in mind that when we're in a workstation, each workstation can have its own custom set of products. And we also offer what's called material hierarchy. And so let me show you that real quick. Okay, so what I did is I turned on our material parent-child hierarchy so that you could go to inbound, non-ferrous, aluminum, and you can see the different menu structure that you're able to create. If I wanted to go to outbound products, new steel products, non-ferrous, ferrous products, and I can go into appliances like that. And so you have great structure and ability for you to be able to have a parent-child hierarchy, and that is in both the Weighpay Mobile and the Weighpay Pro application, that you're able to customize this so you could have a ferrous workstation, a non-ferrous workstation, maybe a can buying station or electronic waste station. And so you'll notice that in our system we have the ability to go to e-waste tickets. This filters out all the ferrous and non-ferrous and just brings us back just nothing but the e-waste products that we have for sale. And you can tell we don't have too many here, but cell phones and CPUs and computer fans and what have you. So we can go into that product and weigh it out. So hope you've enjoyed the video. And speed of transaction, definitely not a problem for Weighpay. The fastest scale transactions. And remember, PopScrap, so advanced, it's simple.